up, she's going to hear the bell for 1 to go. So Bridget Smith, let's cheer her on, everybody. All right, what she wants to do, she wants to stay down on that black line all the way. Bridget Smith digging deep now, holding on to that black line. That's the shortest distance all the way around. She's going to dig in a little deeper with less than a lap to go. She's almost home now. And there she has it. And her time was 19.40, 19 seconds, .40. Let me out of here. I don't want to get run over. You are now going to see a series of timed events, individual time trials by some of our young kids and some of our best riders as we go about the business of getting everybody ready to be matched up for these match sprints. The point of it is to try to make the competition fair, but to weed out the higher speeds from the lower speeds. And it's typically the best of 3. This is Donald Smith, not related to Bridget. Donald is 9, Bridget is 10. Donald, 9 years old. He's got 2 to go when he comes around. These first 2 laps are kind of to warm them up, get them ready, psych them up. Donald Smith, among the many young juniors that come out here to race and train entirely for free. Everything for 17 and under is free here at the Lexus Velodrome. 1 to go for Donald Smith. All right, come on, Donald, stay low on that black line. Slide onto that saddle. Here he goes, dig deep. Head down, elbows bent. As he stays in that pole position between the red and the black line, all the way home to the home stretch, and it is going to be 17.76 for Donald Smith. Let's hear it for Donald Smith. All right. Now we're going to switch gears a little, put a big guy up there. That's Briggs Pillay. I don't know how old he is. He's younger than most of us, though. So in the past, Briggs Pillay has done a 200-meter time at 12.8. 12.8, we have that on him. So let's see if he can best his own time. Often the riders as you see Briggs up high on the track, they're going to use that 50-degree banking when they get to the lap where they're going to drop down and cross that 200-meter mark at the white line. Remember, we're a 166. So Briggs is winding it up now. He's going to hear the bell when he comes around. 1 to go for Briggs Pillay. Let's hear it for this gentleman as he works it close to the black line, picking it up, going all the way. Briggs Pillay pumping it out, kicking it for that final spin as he comes out of turn 4 to the finish, and it is 12.95 for Briggs Pillay. All right. Next up, we've got Jordan Watkins, I do believe. Oh, it's Cameron Coleman. Sorry about that. Cameron Coleman. All right. Yeah. Hi, how are you? Good. Are you racing? We might need some help, but right now I don't know how we need it. Maybe when it comes, maybe ask All right, Cameron Coleman. He's one of our new young riders out of the track here. He's 11 years old. He came over after school and started playing around. Okay, 1 to go for Cameron Coleman. Watch this kid work this bike and work the track to his advantage. Staying down low on that black line all the way, digging deep. Down into his most aero position, seeing if he can get the best time going out here. Cameron Coleman, did I say that he was 11 years old? And let's hear it for Cameron Coleman. 13.95 13.96 for Cameron Coleman. 13.96. Very good. He bested his own time. His last best time was 14.47, so darn good. Now we've got Jordan Watkins out there. Jordan Watkins. How old is Jordan? 13. Jordan Watkins, 13 years old. He too using that banking of the Velodrome. That was 50 degrees. As he picks it up, accelerating ever so slightly with every single lap. And he's going to get the bell coming around. One to go. One to go. He dives into that sprint at that white line, 200 meters for Jordan Watkins. Nice down low, sticking to it all the way around. Look at him go, digging deep, all the way into the position, and it is a nice finish for Jordan Watkins. 13.49 for Jordan Watkins. Next up, we've got Abilene Leary. Abilene is 14 years old. One of the young women out here. We could use some more girls, so all of your Sarovi people, if you know any young girls that need to expend some energy, we'll take them out here and teach them how to ride this track for free. Equipment, track time, training, all for free here at the Lexus Velodrome if you're 17 and under. So Abilene Leary, she picks it up now. There she is, start of her time right there at 200 meters. Oh, she digs down low in a nice arrow position, staying close on that black line. All the way around. That's a nice place to be, a little bit high up there, but not too bad. Abilene Leary, bring her on home now. Let's hear it for Abilene Leary. 15.21 for Abilene Leary. All right, let's see who is up next. All right, this is Brandon Leary, Abilene's brother. Let's see if the brother and sisters can beat each other. Brandon Leary, as he winds it up. This kid has come a long way in his training, and there he goes at the 200-meter mark, and they are off and running, still running the gear. A little bit high there, but that's okay. Gets back down in that pole position ASAP, and it's going to be a pretty decent time for Brandon Leary. 13.13. 13.13 for Brandon Leary. All right, Tom Wilk up to the track now. Tom Wilk. That's it. So in a minute, all these racers are going to be going against one another. But we got to get the how they rate against each other, and the only way you can do that is by timing them. So Tom Wilk now revving it up high on that 50-degree banking. He's going to drop down next time around when he gets to that 200-meter mark, that white line over in turn 4. Tom Wilk revving it up, getting down low right away, crossing that line at a good spot, staying in the pole position, a little bit low there. That's also a disadvantage because it's a little bumpier. So Tom Wilk driving it, bringing it on home. Let's hear it for Tom Wilk. 13.45 for Tom Wilk. All right, the time to meet among the seniors, not the kids, is 12.95 by Briggs Pillay. So, all right, now we've got Donnell Anderson, who is in that transition between man and kid. Oh, how fast they're going. Yeah. Oh. 2 to go for Donnell Anderson. He too started riding about a year ago out here at the Lexus Velodrome, maybe not quite that long. He'll be among the kids that are going with us out to Carson City, California. Let's hear it for Donnell Anderson. We've got a whole group of young juniors going out to the Nationals in Carson City for the United States Cycling Association. All right, Donnell Anderson. 12.74 for Donnell Anderson. 12.74. That's the time to beat so far. Donnell Anderson, 12.74. Anyway, we send out a whole group of young juniors out to USA Cycling's National Championship. Last year we sent 14. We came home with 2 golds, 1 silver, and 7 bronzes. We're going to do that again this year. We hope we come home with more medals. All right, so Bruce Carlson, our chief referee, tells me that that speed, that time clocked by Donnell Anderson, gave him an average speed of 35 miles per hour. When's the last time you went that fast on your bicycle? Or in your car during rush hour? Jason Koch, I think this is up here. Jason Koch. All right, as he winds it up now, 1 to go for Jason Koch. As he picks it up down low, staying in that pole position. The pole position is between the red and the black line. And he kicks it off. 13.21 for Jason Koch, 13.21. All right. The time to beat by that young junior is Donnell Anderson. He's at 12.74. Eric Buckcave up. 13.21 for Jason Koch. 13.21. This is Eric Buckcave. As he gets it wound up here. 2 to go for Buckcave. Riding nice and tall up there. And it's 1 to go now as he crosses that 200-meter mark. Just less than 166 to go right now. Buckcave staying nice and close down to that pole position. Anytime you go up, you're going to lose something. 12.21. New fast time. 12.21 for Eric Buckcave. Woo-woo. Yeah, you can applaud. I know you're busy celebrating, but you know. All right. All right, we're going to get somebody else up there real soon. Oh, they're already up there. This is Luke Mullis. Luke Mullis. As he gets it wound up there, we're happy to see Luke back out here at the Lexus Velodrome. He's going to get a bell right now. Luke Mullis winding it up. We call this a big gear sprints because they can have a bigger gear on their bike. As he gets that gear all wound up, they want it to be spinning out by the time they cross the finish line. A little bit high out there, but still nice and tight. And Mullis comes in for a time of, woohoo, 11.94. 11.94 for Luke Mullis. Yeah, nice work, Mullis. That's a speed of what? Tell me, Mr. Carr. Oh, just a tad over 37 miles per hour. Next up, we've got Dejan Parks. Dejan Parks, another one of our young juniors out here. As he gets it wound up, concentrating on the speed he's got to get out of those legs, that wheel, that gear. He's on a little bit of a smaller gear than others, I think. All right, Dejan winding it up. Off the saddle, picking up speed all the way as he drops down. Crossing that 200-meter mark, head down. Trying to be as aerodynamic as possible. All right, all the way around. Nice tight line on the black line. And it is 12.0, 12 flat for Dejan Parks. All right, nice job, Dejan. 12 flat. All right, next up. Brandon Carbom up on the track. He's been one of our sprinters since he came out of the International Velodrome at Bloomer Park. He's been concentrating on sprinting, going to the Masters Championship in the sprint category. Among our faves out here, Brandon Carbom winding it up now. He knows how to manipulate the track, how to use the track to his advantage. And he's off, dropping down nice and low, crossing that 200-meter mark, staying in that pole position, nice and tight all the way through, accelerating. You can see him digging in deep now. Brandon Carbom making you dizzy how fast he's going, and he's done. 11.53, 11.53. New fast time for Brandon Carbom. 38 miles an hour, just in case you were wondering. Oh, 38.8. Oh, almost 39 then. Thank you, Bruce Carlson. Thank you to Jimmy Capella for doing the laps for us. Thank you to Lena and Linda for helping us out here. Jake Bondi, another one of our sprinters that came out of the International Velodrome at Bloomer Park and train out here regularly at the Lexus Velodrome. Jake Bondi. Hey, we're going to take a minute to mention our sponsors in just a minute as Jake Bondi gets this wound up here. And he is digging in deep. Down low he goes, trying to hold on to that black line. Holding your line is so important in this as he does it nicely through turn 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Here he comes. Let's see what we end up with. Ooh, 11.24 for Jake Bondi. The best time, Jake Bondi. We want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Diversified Members Credit Union, the Detroit Medical Center, and Lexus, Meade Lexus of Lakeside, Meade Lexus of Southfield, and Lexus of Ann Arbor. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Now, if it wasn't for Tim Sarovi tonight, we probably wouldn't be here. But we had to take February 29th, a day that only happens once every 4 years, and start our new series of racing, the Big Gear Sprints. Now, next up is a very special fella because he just recently made the cut on the next Olympic hopeful, and they determined that this young man out of Detroit, he started at the International Velodrome at Bloomer Park. His mom brought Jackson himself and his brother and a bunch of friends out to race out there, and now Jackson Capella is looking good on the bike, hoping to make it to the Olympics. As he gets it wound up, he's going to take his time, nice and easy, to get his speed, get his mindset. You can see he's starting to pump it up. He's getting his momentum going, driving it in off the saddle, digging down, lunging forward to get the speed going. Look at his drop down to the black line. Nice and smooth, one of the smoothest rides through that pole position. Holding on tight all the way. Here he comes, here he comes. Let's hear it for Jackson Capella. Ooh, 11.19. New fast time for the night. All right, Jackson, good job out there. And that's what the next Olympic hopeful looks like. All right, who's next? All right, we've got to settle the sprints right now, so I encourage you to continue to eat, drink, and be merry. We're going to have a little 5-minute break in here. To those watching at home, you may be surprised by what you're seeing tonight because we don't usually do match sprints, and certainly not a whole night of them. But we know that there is not only an audience for it, but we've got racers that this is what they specialize in, and we want them to specialize in it here at the Lexus Velodrome and take their talents elsewhere and show them how good it goes here. So we're going to have a little 5-minute break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right, we're going to take advantage of this little break in the action to do a little shout out to Mr. Sorovi. And we're going to go up to people and ask them, what do you have to say about to your dad on his birthday? Your name is?
How did you already know that was my dad?
I have secret sources.
I've loved him my whole life.
And what advice do you have for him as he approaches 60?
That he needs to do a couple more laps on the track.
A couple more laps on. Hey, pay attention. People are talking about you. See, we were talking about. If you go over there, we'll keep talking about you behind your back. But so you. Okay. So how do you know Dan? I mean Tim.
Oh my God. Dan is a very good friend of mine, and Tim is his dad, and he's the best.
There you go. All right. How about from these young gals over here? How do you know Mr. Sorovi?
He's my soon-to-be father-in-law.
Oh, nice. Woo-oo. Okay. That's a way. And you adore him?
I do, yes.
And she adores him. She's practicing the I do part. Okay. When's that going to happen?
August 7th.
August 7th. Okay. Are you going to have it here at the Velodrome? Yeah. No, I know. Okay. Let's find some other people that know Tim. Do you know Tim?
Yeah.
Left him speechless. I need somebody. Okay, this guy over here, right here. Which guy? This one right here? Would you like to wish Tim a happy birthday and give him some advice?
It's his quinceanera, I believe. So, yeah, I would. Tim, you're about to be a woman, and it's his 15th birthday, so quinceanera. Yeah, I don't know. You just put the mic in front of my mouth here, but Tim, I'm proud of the man you're becoming in front of me. You've blossomed into a beautiful human, and you just keep doing you.
All right, everybody at home, we're really sorry about this live feed, but you know what? We got 5 minutes to kill here, so. Anybody else want to wish Tim a happy birthday? How are you all at singing? Because I'm terrible, so who could lead the song? Where's Wanda? Okay. Okay, we need happy birthday. Take it away.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Timmy. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Happy birthday from the Lexus Velodrome. We're happy you chose to spend your 15th birthday here with us. All right.
we're gonna go. We're gonna go from starting from the bottom.
Nothing confuses. I thought it was 4 sided, the 2 up.
No, no, no. Just they're all. Donald. Yep.
All right, we've got our heats decided now.
Get the first 3 up there.
I will do that. So we have, first up is going to be Donald Smith and Bridget Smith. So we're going to have the Smith contingent competing against each other. After that, in the ready circle, we need Adeline Leary and Bob Wydra. Then we need Brent Bacher and Jared Salinger. So the first 3 heats are Donald Smith and Bridget Smith, Adeline Leary and Bob Wydra, Brent Bacher and Jared Salinger. Those are our first 3 sprints. So right now we need on the track Donald Smith and Bridget Smith. This time they're going to go 3 laps, but they're going to be competing against each other.
But this list is old, so don't. You can keep it. I took a picture of it.
Okay, are you sure? Okay. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna have to write on there. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take that. And then.
Hey, do you know how to work it? Take this up to Noah and have him make a copy up there at the main desk. Thank you. Make 2. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Bridget Smith up here. So Bridget, who did a time of 19.4, will be going against Donald, who did a point of 17.76. This isn't working at all. Okay. I don't need this anymore.
Do you want times recorded or
No, we
just
just
who
need to
wins?
did what?
So I'm just gonna put a.
Oh, I saw it.
That's it right here.
I'm going to go up to the top because this mic isn't working. All right now we've got Bridget Smith in the purple going against Donald Smith in the blue. Bridget is winding it up, but Donald Smith is taking a run at her. They got 2 to go, 2 to go. Donald trying to get up and over. Now, I've seen Bridget come out here and work real hard and go a lot faster. She's looking behind her, but Donald Smith is over your right shoulder, and Donald Smith goes up and over. Look at this young man go. Come on, let's hear it for Donald Smith. Let's hear it for Bridget. Let's hear it for the Smiths. Dig in, dig deep. All the way, all the way, all the way. All right. Looks like Donald Smith is going to take this one. Okay, perfect.
He's not on that list.
Oh, go talk to Joaquin.
He's gonna use his old time. He said.
What are you talking about? Okay, well, go ask Joaquin where you are in there.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, next up we've got Bob Wydra and Adeline Leary. Evelyn Leary. He's not on the list anywhere.
What?
Matt Redfield is
He's
not
not on
here.
there?
Oh yeah, Matt and Brett. Isn't that Matt?
Yep. Matt
Who's that? Brent Bacher? All right, Bob Wydra leading it out. Evelyn Leary Keeping an eye on him as he goes up high. Bob is an experienced track racer. He started out at the International Velodrome at Bloomer Park. Evelyn Leary now dropping down to that pole position. She decides she's going to get the jump on him. Evelyn Leary racing it on, but look at Bob Wydra. He's accelerating in the slipstream. Can he come up and over? Bob Wydra's been out here training pretty hard. 1 to go. They got 1 to go. Evelyn Leary trying to keep him at bay, but Bob Wydra trying to get over. Bob Wydra, shoulder to shoulder. He's going the furthest distance. He's got further to go. He's riding to the outside. It's going to be Evelyn Leary.
Brent, come down. I've mixed you up with somebody, okay? I don't have your.
All right, we need Jay Atwater and Cameron Coleman. Now this will be interesting because Cameron is 11 and Jay isn't. So.
But they're both the same speed.
But they're both at similar speeds. So Jay Atwater, Cameron Coleman, Jay in the
Hey, Brent, let me see if I can.
on the red bike, Cameron Coleman on that snazzy blue bike wearing the uniform of our Lexus Velodrome Juniors. We're sorry on the live feed if you can't get everything on this mic. We're going to stay down here though. All right, they're off. So Cameron Coleman, that young kid in the back, is quite the sprinter. He has no fear of the velodrome. Yeah, they screwed up. He screwed up. So we went to the next group. So this is, yeah, Jay and Cameron. All right, so, oh, look at Cameron Coleman going. He gets the jump on Jay Atwater, but let's see if he can hold it out. Cameron Coleman just rocking that bike, making it go. Look at this, Jay Atwater trying to come over that 11-year-old out of Detroit. Jay Atwater trying to get over the top, and does he do it? And it's good. Oh! It goes to Cameron Coleman. Woohoo! Let's hear it for the kid. All right. Nice race up there. Good job. Good job. All right, next up. Uh-oh, here. Oh, just hit the button and see what happens. Yeah. Okay. All right. This one is Jordan Watkins on the red bike, one of our young juniors, and Drew Laird right behind him. So we got the two reds going at each other, the red bike and the red helmet. I tell you, I give you these details so that you can make the distinction yourself. All right. They're off and they're running. Jordan Watkins and Drew Laird.
And it goes back to the
Okay. Let's go here. Okay. Maybe. Is it okay? I don't know. All right. They got 2 to go. Jordan Watkins leading them out. They can't overlap wheels, never, but once they assume the pole position, that's where they stay. Drew Laird riding a tight wheel there on Jordan Watkins. Can he get up and over? No, he cannot, and it is going to be Jordan Watkins and Drew Laird. All right, nice job out there, Drew and Jordan. Good work.
Okay, we skipped the sprint, and Jerry, are they gonna?
Somewhere.
Okay,
Jason.
are you going, Jason and?
Tom Wilk. Next up, according to our schedule, we've got Jason Koch and Tom Wilk. And that looks like what's going to happen. I love it when a plan comes together. So Tom Wilk and Jason Koch. Tom in the black and white bike. Jason Koch in the green and black jersey. And they're off with 3 to go. 3 to go. Now you may wonder, why do they do 3 laps when they really seem to only be racing through 1? Well, it's to play this, and Wilk goes up, and Jason is not going to take any fiddling around. He's going to start the acceleration early on. Jason Koch getting it going. Tom Wilk still in control, though, at the bottom of the track. Oh, Jason's got to get all the way over him before he can cross over and take that pole position. Koch backing off a little bit as Wilk just keeps the power on at the front of the sprint. Coming in for the final, and it's going to be Tom Wilk and Jason Koch. All right, nice job out there, racers. Every once in a while, you can give them a round of applause. Yeah! Woo-woo! We want to thank you all for coming tonight to test out our big gear sprints. We're excited to add this to our program. We think it's got great potential. We're going to work on it and get the action out here. We've got another one of our young juniors, Matt Redfield, going against another young junior. Brandon Leary and Matt Redfield. Yeah, well, he switched it because he screwed up earlier. Matt Redfield and Brandon Leary. So Matt Redfield in previous times had done a time of 3.0 for that 200 meters. So Brandon tonight did a time of 3.13. So these guys are pretty evenly matched, at least as far as times go. But you can never tell on any given day. It can be a different time. And they're just Sunday riding it right now. Matt Redfield looking around. He's trying to control it from the front. He's off and running. They're both going at it. Getting that gear wound up. Matt Redfield digging deep. Brandon Leary digging deeper as he tries to close that gap, and it is going to be Matt Redfield and Brandon Leary. Let's hear it for our young juniors. Doing a good job out there. They're going to be going to California. Woo, woo. Brent Bacher and Donald Smith. Donald Smith's got to go again. Brent Bacher and Donald Smith. Brent Bacher, one of our fave volunteers out here, takes fabulous pictures at the Lexus Velodrome. So Bruce Carlson giving last-minute instructions. And they are off and running. Donald Smith pushed right to the front. Brent Bacher going to go over him from the get-go. He kicks it up a little bit. Let's see if Donald Smith jumps to that challenge. Oh, look at this. Brent Bacher digs deep from the get-go. He knows that kid's got stuff. He's not going to leave anything to chance. And Brent Bacher riding away with it. 1 to go. Let's see if he can hold on. No, we've seen Donald Smith. He already raced once. Come on, Donald, you can get him. Go, go, go. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Donald Smith trying to overtake Brent Bacher, but Brent Bacher takes it.
Wasn't that Donald and Brandon?
Yeah, but things got switched because of, it was supposed to be Donnell and Briggs. I don't know. Just write new names down. Cross
Okay,
them out.
who won that one? Not Jason. Brandon.
No, it was Donald Smith and Brent Bacher.
Brent.
Brent Bacher.
But who won?
All right, now we've got Briggs Pillay and Donnell Anderson. Briggs Pillay and Donnell Anderson. Donnell, Briggs did a time of 12.95, and Donnell did a time of 12.74. So you can begin to understand the seating here. Now, after the sprint is engaged, you're not allowed to go onto the apron. The apron is that blue part of the track. Actually, the apron is the red part of the track. Donnell keeping Briggs up high there. Keep pedaling, keep pedaling. You have them, I think. Yeah, and they're off and running. Donnell Anderson trying to keep Briggs Pillay at bay, but Briggs has got a pretty powerful kick. Let's see if he kicks it in right now. Donnell Anderson inspired to go on for the win. A W into the column of Donnell Anderson. But nice job by both. All right, this is Dejan Parks and Eric Buckcave. Yeah, Eric. Good thing you have that. Yeah, DJ. All right, that's DJ with the red bike. Eric Buckcave in the blue and white jersey in second position right now. DJ trying to ride him up, trying to work him over a little bit. That's one of the components of match sprinting. You'll see it if you watch it in the Olympics and if you watch it here, and they get it going now. DJ keeping an eye over his right shoulder, over his left shoulder, but Eric Buckcave getting it going. Engaged, the sprint is now engaged, and they've got 1 to go. DJ trying to hold him off. Eric Buckcave taking the long route over. If he can get up and over him, he can take the win, but DJ keeping him at bay. Let's hear it for, DJ Parks and Eric Buckcave. It's very hard to get over somebody when you've got to go the longer distance, when you are riding above the red line and the guy that you're trying to catch is down at the pole position. They're not only riding the shorter distance, but they got the momentum. You got to go up and over. Sorry, that was Dan. Eric came up and showed me who he was. Sorry, Eric. I am sorry, that was Dan Freiberg up there against DJ. Dan Freiberg. All right, now we got a couple of hot shots. Brandon Carbum and Luke Mullis. Yeah. So this should be pretty good. And they're off. All right, Brandon keeping an eye on the back. Luke Mullis, watch him from the back, trying to consider every move. All right. And Luke Mullis drops down, trying to get onto the wheel of Brandon Carbum. Carbum trying to keep him at bay as he rides that line nice and tight. And it is Brandon Carbum with the W. All right, now we've got Jake Bondi and Jackson Capella, our two fast times of the night. Jackson, who had a time of 11.19, Jake Bondi with a time of 11.24. This will be a good one. And though it doesn't really matter how fast you go, the time becomes inconsequential. It gives you a psychological edge, if nothing else. So Jake Bondi keeping a good eye on Jackson Capella. By the way, these riders drew their positions first and second. So if you're the first rider, you must maintain a walking pace all the way through the first lap. So Jake has done that. And now anything can happen. And look at this. Jackson Capella engages the sprint early on. He's still playing around with Jake Bondi, though. And now it's all in. Jackson Capella digging down low. He's trying to take the first W between him and Bondi. And it is going to be Capella and Bondi. Nice job for Jackson Capella. All right, now we're going to have another round. This is a round robin process. So we're going to reseed these. Winners against. All right, we're going to have a little bit of a break again as we resort who does what next, who's going against who. In typical match sprint competitions, it's a best 2 out of 3 rides, but it takes days. So we're going to do it a little differently tonight. This is more of a round robin rather than a 2 heats and a repecharge. All right, we're ready for our next round. Once again, we've got Donald Smith and Bridget Smith. Donald had the win the first time around. Remember, Donald went against Brent Bacher, too. So the first time, Donald had the win. Bridget knows what her competition looks like. So we got these two youngsters revving it up. They're going to have 3 to go. And they're off. Donald Smith taking off from the get-go. Bridget, got to get down, dig deep, get up onto that wheel of Donald Smith. Come on, Bridget, you can get up there. I've seen you go fast. Go, Bridget, go. Come on, Donald, go, Donald. Come on, these kids need some cheering on. Donald Smith, they got 2 to go as they cross the line. 2 to go. Bridget trying to close that gap. Donald with all the power on the front, and they've got 1 to go in the bike race. 1 to go for Donald and Bridget Smith, not related. Donald still going. He looks back. When you look back, you lose your forward motion. You want to keep it going forward. Donald Smith trying to hold on for the W, and he is going to do it. But also, let's hear it for Bridget Smith out there, one of the 2 young ladies out there racing tonight. Bridget Smith and Donald Smith. Next up, we're going to have Evelyn Leary and Bob Wydra. Evelyn Leary and Bob Wydra. This will be their second time. No, we don't need times. We just need to know. They went against each other the time before. And who won? Where's Bob and Evelyn? Right here. Last time around, Evelyn won. Evelyn Leary. So let's see if Bob Wydra might take this one. Evelyn to the front. A member of our junior elite team here at the Lexus Velodrome. If you'd like to support our programs out here, you can just go to lexusvelodrome.com. You'll find a donate button, and you can give us $1 million, and we'll be very happy. We'd also take 5, 10, or 20, a little bit at a time. And they're off. Oh, Evelyn Leary is not going to wait around for Bob Wydra. Bob Wydra winding up the gear. Evelyn at the front already, just not waiting around for any action. They've got 2 to go, 2 to go. And Bob Wydra's closing that gap down. He's looking at it, trying to get up and over Evelyn Leary. Evelyn looks behind her, and they're going to hear the bell. It's coming on right now. And Bob Wydra making a move to the outside. Can he get up and over, all the way over? Evelyn Leary's got to go all the way over her before he gets down. And look at this, Evelyn Leary fighting for that first place, and it's going to be Evelyn Leary. Another W for the young lady. All right. Next up, we've got Eric Buckcave and Brent Bacher. All right, once again, Evelyn Leary and Bob Wydra. Next time it comes back, we'll give it to Derek. Jimmy doesn't want it. It's really good.
Who's going with Drew?
I don't know. Eric Buckcave, that's you up there, right? And Brent Bacher. Now, this is the first time these two have competed against each other tonight. They were reseeded according to their performance in the earlier sprint. So it's 1 to go, 3 to go. I don't know why I said 1. So the rule is you must maintain a walking pace for that first lap if you are the rider in the lead position. And that's where Eric Buckcave is. Now, after this, he can slow down to a stop if he wanted to, if he could. You'll maybe see some track stands later on in the night. Now, Buckhave riding Brent Bacher up a little bit, taking him up the track. Oh, look at this. Brent Bacher dives down, wants to get his momentum going. Buckhave drops onto the wheel of Bacher. Brent Bacher, head down, going strong, moves a little bit out of the pole line. And Eric Buckhave trying to overtake him. And it's going to be Brent Bacher and Eric Buckhave. A W for Brent. If you go to Lexus Velodrome on Facebook, you'll see some of the beautiful photos taken by Brent Bacher. Yes, good job out there, guys. Next up, we have Drew Laird and Jay Atwater. Drew Laird and Jay Atwater. Good job, Brent. Good job, Eric. Normally, we run the big gear sprints on Sunday, but we made it every 4 years. We're going to have it on leap year for sure. So Drew Laird in the red helmet, Jay Atwater in the black helmet. Did they go against each other before? No, they didn't. Okay. Well, he's right there, Drew.
Yeah, Jordan.
Drew got second to Jordan. And who's he going against? All right, and they're off. All right. They're going to it. Watch it. Don't overlap wheels, racers. Jay Atwater at the front. Drew Laird riding that wheel all the way in. And it's going to be one to go when they get to this line. Jay Atwater leading out Drew Laird. Now the trick is can Drew Laird pull up from behind Jay Atwater and overtake him? And it is not going to happen. It's Jay Atwater for the win. Jay Atwater and Drew Laird. All right, nice ride, gentlemen. Good work out there. All right, now we got two of our young juniors coming up here, Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman. Jordan's got a little more experience on the bike. Cameron's been turning in some pretty good performances out here at our Saturday night rumbles and our two-day races we've been holding regularly out here. That's what you normally see if you tune in on a Saturday night to the Lexus Velodrome. So Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman. Jordan looking around, Cameron keeping an eye on him. Now Cameron's got an ability to go super fast when he wants to. So does Jordan. Jordan off the saddle accelerating. Cameron Coleman trying to hold on all the way. Cameron Coleman trying to get up and over Jordan Watkins. Jordan Watkins holding his pole position pretty good. Cameron's got to get out of the pole position to get up and over him. And it looks like Jordan Watkins is going to hold him off. So the W to Jordan Watkins. Nice job out there. Woo woo. Good sprint by two young juniors. Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman, they've in the timing before in their early 200-meter time, Jordan did 13.49 and Cameron did 13.96. So they were pretty evenly matched, and it kind of played out that way in that sprint. So let's hear it for these two young juniors. Once again, Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman. Good work, boys. All right, now we've got Jason Koch and Brandon Leary. Jason Koch and Brandon Leary. Jason had a time of 13.21 in the times. Brandon Leary didn't have a time. So let's see how that goes. Brandon Leary with the green and black. Or excuse me, Jason Koch with the green and black. Brandon with the Lexus Velodrome. Awesome looking skin suit. And Jason Koch picks it up. Brandon Leary trying to stay with him. He knows he's got to get up and over before that final sprint engages. Brandon Leary trying to get to the outside of Jason Koch. Jason Koch putting the pressure on. Brandon Leary going the further distance up on the outside. Leary trying to overtake Koch. And Leary coming around him. Can he do it in that final stretch? And I think it goes to Brandon Leary. Brandon Leary, let's hear it. That's a nice close finish. Woo woo. We're going to photo finish that, but I don't know. It's okay. It didn't do it. I've done that so many times. I hate to tell you. I don't know. All right, now we've got Tom Wilk and Matt Redfield, and the winner was Brandon Leary. All right, and they're off. Tom Wilk in the front, Matt Redfield in the back. And Tom Wilk just taking it nice and easy. And Matt Redfield slips under him, trying to get into the lead, but Wilk powers it up a bit. Matt Redfield. Wow. A move by Tom Wilk. Is it going to be enough to stay ahead of this powerful young junior? Matt Redfield off the saddle, sprinting all the way through the turns on that 50-degree banking. Pretty hard to do, and he overtakes Tom Wilk. And the W to Matt Redfield. Nice sprint out there, gentlemen. Good work by Matt Redfield and Tom Wilk. All right. Okay, here's the guy that I called Eric all the last sprint, but really it's Dan Freiberg. And Briggs Pillay is who he's going to be going up against. Dan Freiberg and Briggs Pillay. Briggs in the bright red helmet in the second position. Dan in the front with the blue and white jersey. He's got to lead it out for a lap. And then after that, it's anybody's bike race. So you often see sprinters twist their head. If you're going to be a good sprinter, you got to have a lot of swivel action on your neck to see what's happening behind you. Dan Freiberg keeping an eye on Briggs Pillay. Briggs Pillay revving it up, getting that gear going. He's accelerating now in the slipstream of Dan Freiberg. And it is Dan Freiberg leading it out. Briggs Pillay digging down deep, trying to overtake and at least get up to Dan Freiberg. And it is gonna be Dan Freiberg with the win. All right, nice work again. These racers are doing a good job out here. Don't you think, everybody? Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah. Okay, we got two of our young men up here, DJ Parks and Donnell Anderson. So DJ did a time of 12.0 in the early timing, and Donnell did a time of 12.74. Now, as I said, it doesn't really matter now, but this could be a close finish. That's a pretty wild disc wheel there. And they're off. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, they're playing a little game down on the apron, that red part of the track. As DJ's got to lead it out. You have to maintain a walking pace that first lap, DJ. Half lap? Okay, so now they can... Oh, well, I made him go. All right, they're watching each other. DJ looking around. Donnell looking to overtake. DJ riding up high. And it's one to go, and Donnell drops it down. DJ accelerating. Both of them going back and forth at each other. Donnell trying to accelerate around him on the outside. Whoa, he is pounding those pedals. Look at these two go. DJ Parks and Donnell Anderson. Nice racing out there, boys. Good work. Woo-woo. Good job, DJ and Donnell. Now we've got Luke Mullis and Jake Bondi. All right, we're looking at Luke Mullis and Jake Bondi. Mullis with an early time of 11.94, Bondi with a time of 11.24. They've got their own cheering crowd here. Luke Mullis at the front in the red, white, and blue. Bondi picking it up right now, deciding this is the time for him to accelerate. Bondi trying to race away with it. Look at him get down low. Look at Mullis chasing him down. These sprinters are all out right now, and Bondi coming around. He's going to take the W. All right. Jake Bondi and Luke Mullis. Good work out there, boys. Yeah. By the way, Jake Bondi, and along with one of our next contestants, Brandon Carbum, we've got another track out in Rochester Hills, the Velodrome at Bloomer Park, and every year it needs to get power washed, and Jake Bondi and Brandon Carbum do it. So Brandon Carbum and Jackson Capella. All right, Brandon Carbum and Jackson Capella. I wouldn't want to be going against Jackson Capella. That's a fast guy there. His time was 11.19. Carbum was 11.53. And look at this. They've already got a high-end speed going on right now. Carbum looking behind, trying to get it going. Jackson dropping down to that pole position. Jackson's going to have to go up and over Carbum. That's a further distance to go. Let's see if he does it. Up and over on the outside. Jackson Sal putting his head down, getting the power going. Carbum digging in deep at the front of the race. And it is going to be, oh, Carbum at the line. A W for Carbum. Jackson Capella almost making it. Nice work up there, fellas. Good work. All right, we're going to have another round, so hang on. Order another drink. Eat your pizza. Settle back. We got a 5-minute break. Just for your information, Michigan State is leading Maryland at the half, 40-29. All right, we're going to get our race number 1 on the next round. We're looking for the best 2 out of 3 here. So when we get Adeline Leary and Bob Wydrop, that'll be our second round. The advantage is to Adeline. If she wins, then those 2 will be done racing. Well, wait, no, not yet. All right, so we've got Evelyn Leary, a young lady, and Bob Wydra, not a young lady. I think that people that are 60 years old or so ought to root for the guy in the red. That's my own personal opinion. But this young girl, Evelyn Leary, you're going to hear more about her. She's one of our great young junior racers here at the Lexus Velodrome. We hope she'll be going with us to California this summer to compete in the Nationals. So now Bob Wydra trying to lead her out, keep her, as they strategize for position and jockey their bikes around. Match sprinting is often considered the cat and mouse of the cycling world. Riders keeping their eye. Ooh, he's pushing her up there. Oh, and she drops down to that black line first. Now Bob's got to play catch up. Evelyn Leary off the saddle, pushing the gear, getting it wound up. Bob Wydra got to chase her down. Is he going to overtake her? And I don't think that's going to happen, but let's see if Evelyn Leary comes across the line with the W. So Evelyn is the winner of those two, that heat. So they are complete. They have completed their racing for the night. Let's hear it for Evelyn Leary and Bob Wydra. Once again, nice racing out there, Evelyn and Bob. Next up is going to be Eric Buckhave and Brent Bacher. All right, Brent Bacher out there against Eric Buckhave. Eric in the red helmet. Brent Bacher already picking it up. Eric Buckhave trying to ride away from it right now. Brent Bacher won it the first time. Eric Buckhave looks like he's going to take it this time. So these two will have a rematch one last time to see who's the best of the two of them. Let's hear it for Eric Buckhave and Brent Bacher. Yep. So they each have a W. They'll be back in a minute to figure it out, who's duke it out for who's the best among them. Next up, Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman, the two young'uns. All right, Jordan Watkins. Oh, what's happening here? We switched this up. Okay. Drew Laird and Jay Atwater. Oh, I was wrong. They didn't switch it up. I announced it wrong. I apologize. Jay Atwater, all in black, won the first heat. So it's up to Drew Laird to take this one away from him, or they're done out there. Jay Atwater keeping an eye over his shoulder on Drew Laird. Drew Atwater riding him up as he now drops down to the black line. Laird accelerating in the slipstream. Can he get over Atwater? Atwater's pushing it powerful. Laird coming awfully close to that wheel. He's got to go up and over to get over him. But first he's got to get out from behind him, and it's going to be Jay Atwater. So he's got 2 W's. These gentlemen are done racing. Let's hear it for Jay Atwater and Drew Laird. Nice work out there, gentlemen. Now we've got Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman. Jordan and Cameron. Jordan won the first one. Cameron's got to win this one to stay alive for another race. Whoa, Jordan drops down right below Cameron, wants to get to the lead. Usually people don't want to take the lead, but now Cameron's going under him. They're riding a dangerous game out there. Jordan Watkins accelerating with 2 to go in the bike race. Cameron off the saddle. He's got a lot of go power, that kid. Remember, Jordan won it first time around. Jordan down, digging deep. So is Cameron Coleman. They're kind of all over the place. Cameron trying to move to the outside to get over Jordan. Jordan hold him off. And it is going to be Jordan Watkins with the win. That gives him 2. Let's hear it for Jordan Watkins and Cameron Coleman. Good job out there. That is the end of their match sprinting for the night. Woo-woo! Good work. Next up, we've got Brandon Leary and Jason Koch. Yep. Brandon Leary and Jason Koch. Brandon was the winner of the first one. Jason Koch knows what his job is. He's got to beat the kid. Go faster. Go stronger. So Brandon Leary now at the front of it, giving Jason Koch a little bit of an advantage because he can watch and see what the kid's going to do. Jason Koch watching him from behind as he's accelerating that slipstream, trying to get up and over. Up and over the young Brandon Leary. Brandon Leary digging down. Jason Koch trying to get around him, moves to the outside. Riding in undisturbed air, it's hard to get over somebody when they're going fast and you're trying to go faster, and it's going to be Brandon Leary with the W. Brandon Leary, that's the end of their match sprinting for the night. Let's hear it for Brandon and Jason. Brandon with the W. Next up, we've got Matt Redfield and Tom Wilk. Redfield is the winner on the first one. right. Now, it's very important that the riders maintain their lanes when you're overtaking another rider, not push one down or up. Matt Redfield with the W in the first round. Tom Wilk watching him closely as he can when you're in that second position. That's where you want to be. As they're taking a Sunday stroll here, they actually have 2 to go. It's hard to believe that they're going to be going really, really fast in just a second or two. And yeah, there's the bell, but nobody's making a move. Matt Redfield off the saddle. Tom Wilk off the saddle. Matt Redfield going for it. Tom Wilk trying to use the advantage of that 50-degree banking to get it run up. But it looks like Matt Redfield is going to hang on to it for the W all the way around. And that's another W for Matt. And that is the end of the match racing for Matt Redfield and Tom Wilk. Let's hear it for these two gentlemen. Good job out there, guys. We've got 5 more match sprints left tonight. 4 more match sprints left tonight. Right now we've got Briggs Pillay and Dan Freeman. Dan won the first one. Dan Freeberg has the W. Briggs Pillay now leading it out. Briggs riding him up high, trying to keep him up there, control it from the front. It's harder to do, but look at this. Freeberg drops down to the pole position, and now Pillay drops onto the wheel of Dan Freeberg. Try to use that to his advantage, riding that wheel all the way in. You still got to get up and over it, though, to get the W. Freeberg powering through. Pillay pushing it. And it's going to be Freeberg with the win. And that is it for those two racers. Let's hear it for Dan Freeberg and Briggs Pillay. Nice racing out there, guys. Whoop, woo. Now we've got DJ Parks and Donnell Anderson. DJ won the first one. The only one that's got to be run again is one with Eric and Brent Bacher. So if Donnell wins this, they'll go again. Donnell moves to the front instantly. Oh, DJ cuts under him on the apron. They're allowed to do that, but only then. DJ wants to control the race from the bottom. Donnell's going to have to control it from the top if he can. DJ riding up Donnell. Donnell. Look at this. Donnell accelerating, DJ accelerating, matching it. Look at Donnell Anderson digging in. DJ Anderson dropping down. DJ Parks dropping down. And Donnell trying to get up and over, and it is going to be DJ Parks and Donnell Anderson. Good job by these guys. Let's hear it for DJ Parks and Donnell Anderson. Good racing out there. They are done match sprinting for the night. Woo-hoo! All right. Next up, we've got Luke Mullis and Jake Bondi. Bondi's got the advantage. Good job, Donnell and DJ. How are the birthday people doing? Everybody good over there? The Sorovis? I like it when you raise your glass. Yeah, all right. We're coming to the end here. Jake Bondi looking behind. He knows that Luke Mullins has got some stuff, wants to make sure he gets a jump on it. Bondi working him around. Look at this. Bondi holding him up high. Luke Mullis still accelerating. Whoa, they're getting a little close there. Bondi now in the pole position. Mullis has got to go up and over if he wants to take him. Bondi still accelerating. Mullis on the outside hip. Drops down into that slipstream. Let's see if he can come up and over. It's hard to do. There's not a lot of time, and it's going to be Jake Bondi and Luke Mullis. Bondi with the win on that one. So these two gentlemen are done racing for the evening. Let's hear it once again for Jake Bondi and Luke Mullis. Nice racing out there. Next up we've got Jackson Capella and Brandon Carbom. Brandon is the winner on the first. All right, once again, Jake Bondi and Luke Mullis as they wind it down. As Jackson Capella and Brandon Carbom get ready to come up to the rail. We do have one more runoff between Brent Bacher and Eric Buckhave. We want to give a shout out to Joaquin Kiley, who runs our sprint program here on Sundays and helped put together this program for tonight. Joaquin also teaches most of the young kids that come here how to ride this track. So he's done an excellent job. So now we've got Jackson Capella and Brandon Carbom. Watch these guys duke it out. I think we should make them have at least 4 more match sprints because it's fun to watch. Look at this. Capella keeping a close eye on Carbom. Carbom keeping a close eye on Capella. He knows the kid's got power and's got stuff. He's the next Olympic hopeful. Brandon Carbom trying to advance into the Masters, get on the podium there. This is an interesting composition with the one to go in the bike race. Jackson Capella working it up. He's got a lot of power going into it. And look at this. He's got quite a bit of a gap to fill. Can Brandon Carbom hold him off all the way to the finish? Let's see. Oh, photo finish for sure. Did you get it? Yeah. We're going to look at this. And the winner was Jackson Capella. So they're going to have to go again. One more ride for Jackson and Brandon. And also one more ride for Eric Buckhave and Brent Bacher. Okay, we've got Eric and Brent Bacher back. It might have been because I hit a button. I think it was him too, but it doesn't matter. See, that wasn't their race.
That's close though.
Yeah, but I don't even think that was a sprint. But that's not their race.
That's like the closest one.
Yeah, but that wasn't even the sprint, was it? Oh yeah, that was the sprint. But no, it's not because Brandon is wearing all black. So Eric Buckhaven and Brent Bacher, they each have a W. So let's see how it's going to end up. Just get it. Doesn't matter. Whoa, shit. Yes, I know. We want to go back here so we can be done. And we're going to just discard all of them because, and now you're ready to record again. All right. Eric trying to control Brent Bacher. Brent Bacher rode away for the first one. Eric rode away for the second one. Let's see. Nobody's going to ride away on this one. They're going to be sprinting all the way around as they pick up their speed. Eric Buckhaven off the saddle, trying to get it going. Brent Bacher just digging in deep. Sees that wheel ahead. Got to go up and over it. Can he close that gap and get over him at the line? And it's going to be Eric Buckhaven and Brent Bacher. So Brent Bacher with the best Eric Buckhaven with the best 2 out of 3 is the winner of that duo. And these gentlemen are done racing for the night. Let's hear it for Eric and Brent. And now back to the line is Jackson Capella and Brandon Carbum for their final ride of the night and the final ride of the evening here at the Lexus Velodrome. Once again, a shout out to our sponsors, Detroit Medical Center, Diversified Members Credit Union, and of course, Lexus. Lexus of Lakeside, Mead Lexus of Southfield, Mead Lexus of Lakeside, Lexus of Ann Arbor. Everything run here under the auspices of the American Cycling League, which concentrates on promoting track cycling in the United States of America and around the world. All right, so as we wait for our final ride of the evening, everybody get revved up for some cheering here. And the last duo, a W for each of them. One for Jackson, one for Brandon. Usually the riders get more time in between their rides, but they both had the same recovery time. Ooh, let's go blue, okay. All right. Tim Sarovi, this one's for you. Woo, woo. MSU still leading 54-38. All right, Brandon Carbum in the front. Jackson Capella gonna watch what's going on in the blue. Jackson off the saddle a little bit. Gonna give the guy a run for the money. Try to make sure he wins. He's gonna go out early. Try to control it from behind. Brandon trying to, pushing him up a little bit. You can do that. Use your elbows. It's close. One to go, and Jackson Capella at the lead, digging down. Brandon Carbum chasing him. Look at this kid go. Look at Brandon trying to overtake him. I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's going to be Jackson Capella for the win. Let's hear it for Jackson Capella and Brandon Carbum. Jackson Capella. Here. All right, we'd like all the racers up to the final finish line. We're going to get a group shot here of all of our sprinters. Lexus Velodrome, developing cycling in every component of track racing. Madison Racing, one of our favorite sports, but sprint racing is pretty darn cool, match sprints. Once again, let's hear it for all our racers tonight. Great job out there, riders. Woohoo! Okay, we're making it hard on Jackson. He's got to get off that bike on a angle. Volunteers, Lena, Linda, get up there. Jimmy Capella, get up there. That's okay. I think we're okay to not be in a picture. Yeah. Woohoo. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Tim? Tim, get up there. We want a picture with the birthday boy. Yeah, come on, Tim. Wait a minute. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Come on, Tim. You got to get up there. Come on, we're going to get the birthday boy up here because that's the whole reason we started this on Saturday night. So Tim Sarobi could have a birthday party. Yeah. All right. Because he's a fan, I think. All right. Woo! All right, that concludes another night of racing here at the Lexus Velodrome. Thank you all for coming. We'll be back here on March 7th for a Saturday Night Rumble. It's going to be fun. Check our website at lexusvelodrome.com to get tickets or see what else we've got going around here. We've got skate parties. We've got fitness going on. We've got disc golf. We've got self-defense, all kinds of cool stuff. Thanks for coming. Have a safe drive home.